What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit a million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
O'Reilly. You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge, just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. No music, no intro. I feel like I have a pep in my step, Ryan. Like, are they gonna? I mean, they're not gonna drag us back in. But the win that the Saints had today over the Detroit Lions, everything that we talked about it on the preview show, the whole COVID, didn't have COVID. Michael Burton converting COVID and first downs, like the whole debacle last night, the way the game started, and they pretty much dominate the Lions and come out with a much needed win. So I know we usually start the pod talking about the negatives, but you know what? Fuck that. What did you take away in terms of what you saw positive from the team today?
I think first and foremost, just their ability to battle through adversity early with the whole COVID-19 scare last night. You hit me up. You was like, "Hey, bro, you want to do an emergency podcast?"
Yo,
with all that was going on last night, it was like, shit.
People was asking for it. They was asking. I was like, man, we in bed. Like,
bro, I'm like, man, I'm drunk. Me and the wife kicking back. I'm like, man, I can't do no pod right now, but we'll see tomorrow. We'll see what was popping. I was like, shit, we might not have no game tomorrow. Oh well, but thankfully things worked out. It was false positive, which is in other cases like there are going to be false positives all season. That's just the way it goes. But man, maybe I don't know. Can we not put the news out until we know for sure? I don't know.
Yeah, man. Like it was like ring the alarm. Woo, woo, woo. Like shit.
Like damn, can we at least wait and just be certain? I don't know. But I guess that's something that's kind of hard to with all the insiders and all that stuff. That's hard to keep in the door. But anyway, I mean, just the battle through adversity. Then you start the game, and then it's like, boom, first series. Detroit marches down there. Big scramble by Stafford. I'm like, fuck. Like I wasn't even watching the Saints at that moment. I was in the car. I had to run to the store real quick. But I just had it on my phone, the red zone on my phone, and I just see him running like forever. I'm like, fuck. Here we go.
What one of those days.
Here we go. You just knew it was gonna happen. Then he scores, and then I go run to the store, and I'm literally standing like in the checkout line with my phone, just looking at the game, looking at red zone, and then they show Drew Brees throw a pick. I'm like,
Bro, when the pick happened and the Lions go up 14-0, people were calling for the podcast in the first quarter. They're like, guys, just start it. Just start it up. Start it up right now. Start recording. Like
I literally was thinking, like, wow, man, the Saints might just be a bad team this year.
Like that that start had me thinking, shit, we picking top 5? Like legit. Like that's how I'm like, okay, it's gonna be one of those. Like, let's get fucking pick top 5. Let's get our fucking quarterback of the future and let's go. Like
that's bro. Like I said, like 150,000 times already, they should cook in October. So I'm like, if they lose this game in October, that means something really wrong. You know what I'm saying? But they got that big, long, methodical drive after all that, just to kind of state their presence. And they showed that, the Detroit defense just couldn't do anything. They had no answer for the run game, no answer for Drew Brees, no answer, no pass rush. You rushing 3 and 4, you can't get pass rush on Brees. Like, he got to cook. You know what I'm saying? Even Drew Brees in 2020, like Drew Brees should do his thing. You know what I'm saying?
And he did. Like,
and that's what you want to see.
Yeah, it was like I kind of was commenting on it throughout the game on Twitter. Of it's no coincidence that the offensive line, and I think a stable of Saints Twitter is Todd, and he made the analogy that Pete getting hurt is addition by subtraction. Like, I hate to be so blunt and be real about it, but it is what it is, man. Like, when he does not play, the offensive line plays better. Like, it's been that trend going back to the Bikes game. It was that trend last week. And then you had Easton start. You had Reese at right guard. And they were giving, like, the run game, they were just long, deep dicking the defensive line or the defensive line of the line.
Stroke.
Like,
deep stroke.
Like, that's in the guts. Like.
And you could see, I didn't focus on Ruiz all game, but I did look at it. You could just see the athleticism and
physicality.
Physicality is like, okay, this is what you want. Even though he's probably not going to play guard his whole career, but maybe I don't know. I don't know how his career going to shake out, but you can just tell, okay, yeah, you see what they saw when they picked him. Wish he was in the line earlier. And you see him play, and it makes the fact that the Saints didn't take a wide receiver, like, it makes you feel a little better because you see the vision, and also you feel better about the Saints not taking a wide receiver. Let's give props to the man, TreQuan Smith, bruh. Man, just hold around him, because come on, Saints Twitter, including myself. Come on, man. We bag on poor Trey. We bag on him so hard. And I know he a young cat, so I know he was looking at Twitter and social media all off season. Saints wanted the wide receiver, TreQuan trash. I know he saw it. I know he did. And, just for him he had a good camp, but it wasn't a little surprise he had a good camp. He always has. Even last year he had a good camp. But for him to just step up when Mike Thomas is out, he had a good game against the Raiders. It didn't really do too much last week. But for him to just step up, made like clutch third down catches, big yards, taking big hits, running away from the DBs, doing routes that he usually normally doesn't run. And plus just heads up plays like that fumble. And he just hustled like it was like a race.
Johnny on the spot.
Johnny on the spot, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that's a game ball for him. It was just good to see, him just step up. And, like, my dude Nick, not Nick Underhill, but my dude Nick, I don't know his last name, whatever his last name is. Nick, you know what you're talking about. Who you are.
Yeah, Nick.
Nick. But he pointed out, like, for TreQuan to step up like this, that just makes it even better once MT comes back good and healthy. Now you legitimately have
you cooking.
A 1, 2, 3. You have Emmanuel Sanders, who, again, week after week, you see him just getting more comfortable and more comfortable with Drew Brees. That chemistry is just starting to really connect. And then you have TreQuan stepping up, who could take some of that heat off of Mike Thomas when he gets in the lineup. Now you cook it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you have, and if you want an example of why Ryan Ramczyk is going to break the bank. Break the bank. You need no more example than what you saw when he got hurt. He got concussed. Obviously, it's way too early to know what his status is going to be for Monday night against, the Justin Herbert Chargers. Oh my goodness! As soon as Ethan Greenleaf, Greenleaf. As soon as
go ahead.
He got in the game and they couldn't run to the right side. He gave up like quick pressure to Reggie Ragland that led to like a costly sack. Like you saw
just open the door. Like it's like he moved out the way and said, "Get him, go get Drew, go get him."
You saw it. So from the off, and I think Drew's more comfortable. You saw the accuracy, I guess come back or get back to the status quo of what we're used to seeing from him. And like today was one of those games where I'm like, man, I know he's not gonna push it down the field 40 yards, 50 yards anymore, but just seeing him get into like a rhythm and hitting 15, 20-yard completions, and it more looked like last season when he came back healthy. That was a big like, okay, like we can do like
Drew's fine. Like you can just kind of check that off and say, okay, Drew is fine. He's not like on some Peyton Manning type decline or nothing like that. He's who he is. He's a 40-something-year-old quarterback who could make, accurate throws between, within 20, 25 yards, real smart, super intelligent, make the right looks, take what the defense gives you.
Man,
that's who he is.
Some of his throws today, though, like you still marvel at them just in terms of like accuracy wise. It's like, God damn, like the TreQuan when he goes high and puts it in a spot where only TreQuan could get it. Man,
and Drew was getting smacked too. So it was like that was beautiful.
It was. Another thing that I noticed today, and I know Saints Twitter like gets so annoyed with Peyton, and bro, that 2nd and 1 call where they have 2nd and 1 and it leads to like a sack, and Sean, when you run the ball, like typically good things happen, and like he leaned on both Alvin and Latavius, and look, every time Latavius is asked to produce, man, he does. Pow, 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 like nothing flashy, but
it's just downhill. Always get extra yards after the tackle. Runs behind his pads. He's just the perfect complement to AK, man. Like he
is, and it's just I get why as Saints fans we get so frustrated when the offensive line is cooking and today Sean leaned on the run game, leaned on rushes, it, man.
42.
Come on, like that. Offense. That should be the recipe. Like that should be it. Unless you have a team that, and we saw it today, Detroit. And this is why the whole I hate the whole play action is an effective. Stop, football nerds. Like stop. Or when you have a dominant run game like you did, like the Saints had today, and then in the second half, what Matt Patricia and his predator fucking ass tried to do is he's like, all right, well, we're just gonna run blitz. We're gonna play, we're gonna play the run. And then it leads to things down the field because your linebackers and your safeties are fucking pressing up so quickly, and then you expose yourself in the passing game. Like today was anyway. I don't know why Sean doesn't do more of it if the game plan doesn't dictate him to get away from it.
Another great game by Alvin Kamara. He's pretty much doing 100+ all yards from scrimmage a game. He has 7 touchdowns so far, only 4 games into the season. So, he just continues to be ridiculous. I guess we could kind of talk about the defense. It wasn't, a stellar performance. They did allow 29 points, but considering just all the injuries, you got 2 starting corners out. You got P-Rob playing outside, gets to critical interception. That interception was huge for him to get it right there in the red zone. You got, PJ Williams on the other side. You got Swearinger playing a lot, So Davenport still out, of course.
he may not even play a down of football. Like we don't know. Like if he doesn't play a down of football this season, I would not be surprised.
Like whatever, you know. But
fed up. Ryan's bad.
Man, I'm done, man. I'm done. Like he could come back and prove me wrong. That's great, but man, whatever. It's a good day. It's a good day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to put negativity in your life.
But but considering, I thought they did a good job. They had some tough breaks. The refs. They called the 2 calls on Anzalone, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Bro, we got to talk about it.
Like I said before, man. Like if it was like real, I'd be like, okay, he shouldn't have done that. But the most ticky-tacky shit never called on anyone else.
Not even so. You have those 2 against Anzalone were complete bullshit. Then you have the one on Marcus where he's literally playing the fucking ball. He's not trying to interfere with the receiver. He's going up for an interception. He's entitled to that space as a defender. Like it is, and you know us. We're not conspiracy theory people. We don't have foil on our. Well, we enjoy our good conspiracy theory on other fucking things, but
outside of football,
but like we're not worrying like the fucking sit on our heads and saying that the refs are out to get them. This season, it has been egregious the calls that the Saints get on them, and like I saw it on the offensive side of things. Every time there was a run that went outside, it was so hilarious because Emmanuel Sanders literally got out of the way so he would not get flagged for like a holding call or something that would take a run back. I saw it multiple times to the point where it's gotten so bad that he feels like, you know what, I'm not going to even put myself in a position.
Exactly. And Malcolm Jenkins had to do the same thing. I can't remember the play, but it's kind of deep pass and he just threw his hands up quickly like, look, I'm not touching him. I'm not touching him.
It's like me when I leave a store and like the fucking the shit goes off, like you leaving Walmart. No.
You're like, look, I'm good.
Nope, wasn't me.
Here go my receipt. My receipt right here. Right here.
I feel like that's the thing also that only like black people experience.
Oh man. Because we already butt cheeks tight, you know what I'm saying? Especially like you ever go in the store and realize like they don't have what you need, so you just walk out without buying anything.
Yes,
like,
yes.
My butt cheeks be tight, boy. I'm like, shit, they're gonna think I'm up in here stealing, man.
Right? the life being a black person in America. But what I will say is something that is frustrating is that you have PJ and P-Rob. Shout out to my guy P-Rob. He said, you know what? I didn't heard what you said on the podcast, Adam, saying I'm stealing checks for the last 3 seasons. I'm going to show you today. Had a great play for an that changed the game. That changed the game.
And if you remember, I said this game is going to be, not like the outcome, but not like the score, but just similar to that Dolphins game in London a couple years ago, where it's just kind of like that get right game.
Yes.
I remember Crawley had that crucial pick.
And the interception.
It just changed the game. It was just like that. It was just like, we just needed that kind of just come back to life. Stabilize. Something going our way. You know what I'm saying? And that just kind of changed everything, man. It was a good performance.
It was.
Trigger trade, still getting pressure.
Come on, man. Trey Hendrickson. David Onyemata had a sack, and I know. I felt like today was one. The stats may have wouldn't have told you, but this was a better effort from the defensive line because I felt like oftentimes the pocket for Matthew Stafford was it was muddled and it collapsed on him pretty quickly, and we weren't seeing that the last 2 games. Yeah.
I thought Malcolm Jenkins played well. For the second week in a row, really. Demario Davis as usual. I thought, even though Anzalone got called on those 2 bullshit calls, I thought he played well.
Yeah, he played pretty good. And one of the plays of the game, shout out to C.J. Johnson, man. That tackle on the wide receiver screen that was set to like go off. Yeah. That's just what he does. Like he's just a dog. Like he just defeats the block. But I will say, as I'm watching the game today, I'm watching and I'm like, I really hope Marshawn and Jack Rabbit are fucking paying attention.
Yeah.
Because with their talent, like, and the Detroit wide receivers, Kenny Golladay, Marvin Jones, like those aren't nobodies. Like that's a good wide receiver duo. And they were held for the most part in check today. So going forward,
you keep Matthew Stafford to 200 yards. That's a good day.
Again, when your two starting cornerbacks are out, that's a great day. And so it's just, to me, it's like we need to see, and I know we're trying to keep it positive, but I'm just saying going forward for the rest of the season, Marshawn and Jack Rabbit got to play better. Like, because they have to play better. We've seen today, and I expected this game. I expected Matthew Stafford to just be long dick in the Saints secondary all game long, up and down the field, and that didn't happen. So that just goes to show, like, when they get back healthy, and I don't know if they're going to be healthy enough for the Chargers game, but when they're healthy, like they have to have better performances. Like they gotta produce.
Deontay Harris, was he injured?
So all I read on Twitter was, because we know that AK went back for the punt return, and he also went back on the kickoff return, but Harris was on the sideline and he didn't have his gloves or his helmet on. So I would lead to believe that at some point he got hurt, dinged up something, and they took him out.
I remember him doing like I don't know if it was a wide receiver screen or a sweep, but he took a big hit in the end, and he popped right up, so I couldn't really tell. But maybe it was something like that. Maybe he got a little dinged up right there. So hopefully he comes back.
What are your thoughts on the whole? Because I'm seeing a little brewing like on Taysom and the Taysom packages. Like,
I mean, he's in a little slump. I mean, part of it's just opportunity. He does his little thing with the where they try to do the kind of RPO thing, and it just hadn't been there, man. Like, and some of the plays they've drawn up, they just really just haven't been there. I mean, he's done so much in the past, whether it's like blocking a punt or big play pass here, or taking running the ball or catching. It just hadn't been there yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was the play play during this game. They pretty much double teamed Taysom Hill. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yep.
So I don't even know how you really take that. Do you take that as a win for Taysom Hill? I mean, he's getting Mike Thomas type coverage. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think he's just kind of in the slump. He had the mistake, the fumble last week. Did he fumble today, or was there was something that happened?
It was something that was just off.
Just off. So, I think it's not nothing physical or anything like that. It's just, defenses know he's a weapon now.
Yes.
They know there's a Taysom package coming. You know what I'm saying? So they just kind of alert when he's on the field, and it's just going to take Sean Payton and Pete Carmichael and all them just to kind of be creative and find spots for him to make plays. But I wouldn't worry about it. Like, now, as him as a quarterback, it's probably more in question at this point. Because
yes.
I just don't know. You know what I'm saying?
So huge win. Anything else in week 1 to grab your attention? Week 4, whatever. Dak is 2020 Drew Brees. Like, is he the new Drew Brees where he just putting up numbers and defense just
no
terrible?
Defense whatsoever. Like, man, like that, man. I mean, that was probably the biggest win the Browns have had since I can remember, just to go down to Dallas and get a win like that, and to put up the points that he did, look good doing it. And the Dallas, man, the defense, I mean, it's atrocious, man. Like I tweeted, Mike Nolan, come on home, bro.
That's right.
Got a spot for you, bro. Jerry Jones ain't gonna. Jerry Jones not gonna take that shit. I'm so interested to see what they do with Dak, man. I mean, Jerry Jones gonna pay him.
Is he?
But I think he's gonna pay him. Jerry Jones plays his players like he's never been.
I know.
He pays his players, but I don't think he wants to pay him. If that makes sense.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense. So here's the question.
Gonna have to pay Dak $40 million, man.
Yeah. So here's a question for you that I saw like brewing on Twitter when I was talking about Dak. People were saying, "Well, Dallas ain't gonna pay him. Like, should the Saints?" And I was like, "Listen, I like Dak.
I like him. I do. He's a good.
He's a good quarterback. But am I paying like if I'm a Saints fan, I look at it as like, do I want to pay Dak $40 million? No.
Nah, man. That's hustling back. That's hustling backwards, bro.
Yeah,
that's hustling backwards.
It is, man.
You would be. I mean, the team will be taking such a hit, calorie prep wise, and as good as he is, you'd just be back in that same position.
Yeah, he doesn't elevate the team around him.
No, right now. Like basically, the Dallas Cowboys are on my fantasy team right now. That's why I'm winning. I got a better record in fantasy than they do. But just offensively, they just they have like stud wide receivers, and Dak with a bad defense is going to throw it. But would I want to pay him $40-something million for 5 years, man? That'd be tough, man. I want a deal, man. I want to get a young wide receiver. I mean, a young quarterback, that's getting paid slave wages and build a fire team around him, like other teams get to do, or take another stab with Jameis Winston to see what that does. But nah, man. But other than that, I mean, not much going on. You got the Chargers coming up next, bro, and man, Justin Herbert got me eating crow, bro.
Both of us, bro. Me, you, Patrick. He's like, I got something for you, Negroes. Like,
hey, like he's making some. Every week I'm looking, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, man.
That's a nice throw.
Yeah, man. He's cooking. He's cooking.
He's looked more impressive than Joe Burrow, and I love Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow is going to be like a great quarterback, and and Joe Burrow's on a worse team.
Right. I was gonna say
worse,
like, yeah,
much worse talent.
Much worse. Yes, it's not even this.
But I'm just saying, like, just purely like from quarterback stuff, like Herbert was just making some big time plays, bro.
Like they almost beat the Bucs today, man. Like he's cooking. It's funny too because I have a feeling like if Marshawn's able to play, and he's going against Keenan Allen, like that's when we get the good Marshawn.
Yeah,
like
that'd be a good matchup for him too.
Yes, great matchup. What are your thoughts? Like, what do you make of the Texans, man? Like they are just 0-4. They paid Deshaun, and that's all they really have team wise. Like that's it.
Right. That's it. Like it seems like every time I see him, he's doing that little scramble to the edge and running for a first down. It's just so sad, man. It's like they don't have anything. The defense is horrible.
Terrible.
Worst run defense in the league. Terrible on pass defense. Offensively, it's got a bunch of track stars. I mean, it's nothing, man.
I might be wrong, but the Dolphins have the Texans' first round pick this for the draft upcoming.
Yeah, sure do, bruh. That's crazy, right?
Ain't that wild?
Oh man. Bro, that's crazy.
At least when you're terrible, like you can always be like, oh, okay, well, at least we'll get like a high draft pick and maybe be able to take a transformative player in the top 5. Nope. Houston can't even say that.
Bill O'Brien, he's the GM. Like he wanted to be the GM and all that shit. So the talent on the field is on him. So that's maybe I don't think they're gonna get him out of there. I mean, but it's not important to sign. I mean, maybe you sign that contract a little too quick, bro.
I guess but I saw someone in my men. But like, I mean, what else is he like, man?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, come on. I mean, I'm sure he's not looking at his direct deposit, crying about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, but he seems like a competitive type dude. I'm sure he wants to win. You know what I'm saying? So, but he's gonna be around longer than Bill O'Brien. I put him.
Oh, for sure. The Cardinals had. Speaking of our division, about Teddy. Teddy out there doing some things in Carolina, bro.
Man, I told you, man. Teddy gonna be all right over there, man. Teddy gonna be fine. I don't know if he's gonna start past this year, but he cooking in Tampa Bay. Tom Brady, man. Tom Brady coming alive, bro.
TB12, bro. Like
5 touchdowns today. Like, we're gonna have to contend with them. We haven't had a real contender in our division in a while.
Every besides the Falcons, like every team is every team 2-2 now. In NFC South, am I tripping? Yeah.
We're 2-2. No, Tom Brady, they 3-1.
They're 3-1. That's right. They
got the best. Yeah, they have the best record, but we have the tiebreaker.
Right.
So, but we still, they have an advantage right now. So it'll be one of them seasons where Saints just got to stack it up, man. I mean, they play the Chargers. They play the Chargers next week, and then the bye is after that, right?
Which is So they play the Chargers Monday Night Football. I'm honestly already sick and tired of primetime games. Like,
I am.
No, don't want any more. Like, keep them. But yes, then after that they have a bye, which is a much needed bye. Needed bye for them to fucking just take a pause and just reset and refigure things out. And then go from there and just be in the home stretch.
Get Carolina after that, I think.
So there's a call that's going to be held on Monday where it's going to be all the coaches and the GMs and they're I guess in the league are going to talk about protocol of like what's going to happen with the season when you have what's happening with the fucking Titans, which is a fucking shit show. Then you got the thing that happened with Cam and in New England, and then so there's talk. So how do I guess it's not how do you see it playing out because we don't know, but how do you would you prefer it to be would you prefer it to be like I guess they're doing saying play the 12 games and that's it or something, or do you want us the whole thing done if possible? Because we talked about positive tests are going to happen, but it's crazy to me that when positive tests happen, I would have thought that it's okay, positive tests have happened. As long as we know what the contact tracing is, if a player tests positive, then that player just doesn't play. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But it seems like it's everything is halted, and that's not viable playing in a pandemic.
Yeah, and the thing is that contact tracing system that they're using, it's a lot of errors with it. Sean Payton talked about it today. The contact tracing showed Michael Burton only was in contact with 2 other players, but Sean Payton was like, look, as soon as we saw 2, we knew that was wrong because we knew he was in contact with much more than 2 people. So they knew on themselves to test 6 other extra players who were in contact with Michael Burton. And the contact tracing didn't even tell them that. So that just shows you that there are bugs in the system. They can't even trust the contact tracing. I mean, it helps, but it just like with false positives with testing, you get false positives with contact tracing. That just opens the hole up for all kind of mistakes. So yeah, I don't really know. I would rather them. I mean, I don't know what they should do because honestly, should they even be playing? Probably not. If you're gonna play, it would be best to do a real bubble but the logistics that go into that are daunting.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I think they just have to play it how they play it now, man. Like they just have to, continue to test again, and try to kind of do their best to kind of manage the thing. And but they need to just be. The league has to be serious with it. I heard that they are, looking into some disciplinary action against the Titans, which is a good thing. I think they need to. Hold
They gotta
coaches,
hold.
GMs,
They gotta hold them
accountable.
accountable. And I already went on my rant about it. Like Mike Vrabel should be suspended for the year, and they should be docked draft picks. Like like if you're gonna be a bully when it comes to the Saints in 2012 for the shit Bounty Gate or whatever shit that was fake or whatever, or then. Oh, sorry. It gets my blood boiling. It gets my fucking blood boiling because it's like their entire team is almost infected, Ryan. The entire team has COVID because
they have families.
Yes, and their head coach put them in that position. He endangered his players. He endangered their families. It's amazing to me. It's insane that one player on the Titans had it and everyone else on the Titans got it, but no one on the Vikings tested positive for it. Like, again, we don't know shit about the virus. So let's still be real when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But it's aggravating. It's frustrating that this motherfucker thinks he's so better, and he looks like a COVID denier, bro. Like I told you, like he looks like he believes like it doesn't exist, and so he puts this player out on the field, and now their entire operation is shut down. Like, why is he suspended? Why is he not suspended? I'm not talking about fucking money. Suspend him, take draft picks away if you want to show you're serious about it. They're not going to do that but it should be like that should be the repercussion.
Right. If they're not going to do the bubble, that's what they need to do. They need to show, 100,000 for a mask and all that. Like, okay, but let's get serious here. You got to make sure that everybody is following the protocols to a T. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only way. And even with those protocols, there will still be COVID infections. But to mitigate that, the protocols.
Just try to mitigate it, man.
Yeah. So we'll see, bro.
We'll see. I think we covered it all. Good feels after this game. So I apologize.
Shit.
Please do, because like the last 2 weeks have been rough.
Yeah.
For us, they've been funny, but like I know for the majority of Saints Twitter, like it's been some depressing, sad times. Like so to get a win
tomorrow, man, you can walk into work Monday just. You know what I'm saying? Feeling good, man.
Got the pep in your step, fucking. You know how it is when the Saints win, man. Even like for us, like we're not invested, but it still feels good. Like when our team wins, like it's always gonna feel good. But we'll be back this week. I'm gonna try. I don't know if I can do it. I'm gonna try to set something up and have one of our non-football related pods, and then. The goal is to have the preview pod for the Chargers game, which is Monday Night Football. Have that, I don't know, hopefully recorded Thursday. So you guys have at least, 3 days to listen to it and get ready for the Monday Night Football game against the Chargers on Monday, which should be a really good game. Like it should be a good game.
And we also should have a treat this week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, man. Yeah. We getting books. We getting books.
Yeah, I call her a heavy hitter, but you gonna see. You know what I'm saying? After you listen to it, you're gonna be like, whoa. But things pop up. There's a chance these people, these are busy people, so I can't make a promise. But we're working hard for y'all, man. Patreon supporters, we working hard trying to get like the best content we can. So. Shout out to Patreon subscribers. We really appreciate y'all. We're really going to try to make this podcast something great going forward. So I appreciate y'all.
Always appreciate our subscribers. We appreciate our listeners. And just know, like, we're not unaware of like the momentum that the podcast is building. Like we see it. It's very tangible on Twitter and everything. So we appreciate it 100%.
100%.
So with that, we're going to get out of here. Good win. Have those good vibes, and hopefully it carries over to Monday night. With that, we're out.
Peace.
O'Reilly. You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.